Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Do you sometimes feeling like you're constantly giving in your relationships but never getting much back? You're not alone. Today's episode is all about the emotional ninjas, the people who use you like a handy tool and leave you feeling drained and unimportant. We'll be cracking the code on these users, the ones who see you as a stepping stone, not a friend. From the smooth talker who showers you with compliments before dumping their work on you, to the friend who only calls when they need a favor, we'll show you how to spot the red flags. These manipulators are sneaky, but their tactics often follow a pattern. We'll be diving into the psychology of users, exploring that twisted mix of ego, power games, and a total disregard for your feelings. But this isn't just about dodging bad connections. This is about building your own emotional fortress. By learning to identify users, we'll help you discover what you truly deserve: respect, support, and connections that make you feel good, not used. We'll be giving you the tools to set healthy boundaries, so you can ditch the emotional vampires and step into the light of healthy relationships. So, are you ready to stop feeling like a doormat and build a world of genuine connections? Join us as we explore the attitudes of those who only use you and emerge empowered to create a life filled with empathy and true friendship. Sometimes, it might feel like you're stuck in a never-ending tug-of-war with your partner. You reach across the emotional chasm of the relationship, hand outstretched, hoping to connect. But instead of meeting you halfway, their grip seems perpetually clenched on their own rope, focused solely on pulling their needs towards them. This one-sided dynamic, often called selfishness, can slowly poison a relationship from the inside out. Imagine Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, as a wise old friend offering a lantern to illuminate this imbalance. Stoics believed in living a virtuous life, prioritizing reason and the greater good over fleeting personal desires. In the context of a relationship, this translates to recognizing your partner's well-being as being deeply intertwined with your own. It's a delicate dance, a constant give and take where both partners feel respected, supported, and valued. Now picture your partner in this dance. Instead of graceful steps and shared moments of joy, their actions are more like constant yanks on the rope, taking more than their fair share of attention or resources. You might feel unheard, unimportant, like a mere afterthought in their whirlwind of priorities. This disregard for your feelings chips away at the very foundation of trust and respect that allows a relationship to truly flourish. After all, Stoicism emphasizes recognizing the inherent dignity and autonomy of others as a cornerstone of building strong connections. The issue goes deeper than just inconsideration. Selfishness clashes with Stoic ideals of justice and fairness. Stoicism teaches us to treat everyone with compassion, acknowledging the interconnectedness of humanity. When your partner prioritizes themselves at your expense, it breeds a sense of injustice and resentment. It's like being stuck on an uneven playing field, where their needs are constantly seen as more important than yours. Conversely, living by Stoic virtues, wisdom, justice, and compassion creates an environment where respect and understanding flow freely within the relationship. The consequences of unchecked selfishness extend far beyond the immediate health of the relationship. It hinders personal growth for both individuals. True happiness, according to Stoicism, stems from living a virtuous life, one filled with integrity and a genuine concern for others. This translates to factoring your partner's well-being into your decisions and actions. By striving to embody Stoic values like empathy, fairness, and generosity in your relationship, you cultivate a deeper connection, one that's not just balanced, but deeply fulfilling. It's a relationship built on genuine care and a shared commitment to each other's journey, where both hands reach out, clasp tightly, and pull together in the same direction, moving forward as a team. You used to see your relationship as a balanced dance, a graceful give and take where both partners felt valued and respected. Lately, though, the steps feel more like a constant struggle for control. Every conversation seems laced with hidden agendas, your partner employing subtle tactics and persuasion to get their way. This constant maneuvering, rooted in manipulation, leaves you feeling like you're walking on eggshells, unsure of what's real and constantly on guard. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes living a virtuous life, offers a powerful lens through which to view this dynamic. Stoics believed in honesty and integrity, prioritizing actions grounded in reason and moral goodness. When manipulation enters a relationship, it throws a wrench into these core principles. It's like trying to build a house of cards on a foundation of shifting sand. The trust and respect that Stoicism values crumble under the weight of these tactics. Remember that seemingly harmless conversation you had about the weekend? You discussed plans, but later realized their words were carefully chosen to subtly steer you towards their preferred activity. You're left feeling like you've been subtly steered, questioning the genuineness of the entire exchange. This is the insidious nature of manipulation. It erodes trust and leaves you constantly second-guessing your own perceptions. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate clear thinking and act with consistency in our values. However, manipulation injects deceit into the equation, disrupting this clarity and integrity. Open and honest communication, a cornerstone of healthy relationships, becomes a battlefield of hidden agendas and veiled motives. The focus shifts from genuine connection to a constant power struggle, leaving the relationship feeling hollow and inauthentic. The consequences of manipulation extend far beyond the erosion of trust and respect. It undermines the autonomy of both partners. Stoicism emphasizes recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of others. This includes respecting their freedom to make choices based on genuine understanding, not sly persuasion. Coercion, even subtle manipulation, violates this principle. Ultimately, a relationship built on manipulation fosters a toxic environment. It goes against the core Stoic values of honesty and integrity. By prioritizing open and honest communication, rooted in mutual respect and a genuine concern for each other's well-being, individuals can cultivate healthier, more authentic connections. This aligns perfectly with Stoic principles, living a virtuous life with integrity, not just for yourself, but also for the sake of a stronger, more fulfilling relationship. Remember, even the wisest Stoics face challenges in their relationships. If you find yourself in this situation, don't hesitate to seek professional help or talk to a trusted friend or family member. You deserve to be in a healthy, reciprocal relationship where your voice is heard and your well-being is valued. Have you ever poured your heart out to someone you love, only to be met with a deafening silence or a dismissive response? This lack of empathy, the inability or unwillingness to truly understand and share your feelings, can be the poisonous seed that slowly erodes the foundation of a relationship. Empathy acts as the bridge in healthy relationships, allowing partners to connect on a deeper level and navigate life's challenges together. It fosters a sense of understanding, connection, and a willingness to see things from your partner's perspective. But when empathy is absent, that bridge crumbles, leaving you feeling isolated and unheard. Imagine sharing a deeply personal experience with your partner, expecting a comforting embrace or a listening ear. Instead, their response feels like a cold wind, chilling your vulnerability. They might brush it off with a shrug, change the subject, or worse, make light of your emotions. This constant dismissal leaves you feeling emotionally disconnected, questioning if your needs and feelings even hold weight in the relationship. The consequences of a partner lacking empathy extend far beyond emotional isolation. Without the ability to truly understand your perspective, they might consistently prioritize their own desires, disregarding the impact it has on you. Decisions become one-sided, and your feelings get relegated to an afterthought. This reinforces the notion that you're merely a supporting character in their life, rather than a valued partner with your own dreams and aspirations. Perhaps even more damaging, a lack of empathy can manifest in hurtful or insensitive behavior. Without the capacity to understand the emotional weight of their actions, your partner might act in ways that are callous or dismissive. This emotional neglect can leave you feeling unseen, unheard, and ultimately unimportant. It's a clear sign that their focus isn't on your happiness and well-being, but on their own needs. Ultimately, a relationship devoid of empathy suggests a fundamental imbalance of power and care. Your partner's inability or unwillingness to connect with you on an emotional level highlights their selfishness and creates a dynamic where your needs are consistently disregarded. In such situations, it's crucial to prioritize your own emotional well-being. Seek support from loved ones or a therapist and reassess the relationship. Can this empathy gap be bridged through communication and effort, or is it a chasm too wide to cross? Remember, in a healthy relationship, your feelings deserve to be valued, understood, and reciprocated. You deserve a partner who walks beside you, hand in hand, not someone who leaves you standing alone on the other side of a crumbling bridge. The act of exploiting a partner, taking advantage of their kindness or resources without reciprocating, can leave deep scars on a relationship. This one-sided dynamic erodes emotional well-being, hinders personal growth, and chips away at a sense of autonomy. On an emotional level, constant exploitation breeds resentment and frustration. You pour your heart out, offering unwavering support and generosity, only to be met with a hollow echo. This persistent imbalance makes you question your partner's sincerity. Are they truly invested in the relationship, or simply using you for their own gain? This gnawing doubt eats away at your self-worth and shatters the foundation of trust you've built together. The practical consequences of exploitation are just as damaging. Constantly giving without receiving creates a situation where your needs are consistently pushed aside. You might find yourself financially drained, constantly lending money with little hope of repayment. The emotional support you offer goes unanswered, leaving you feeling burnt out and emotionally exhausted. It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit. No matter how much you give, it never feels enough. Beyond the emotional and financial toll, exploitation hinders your personal growth. When your kindness is seen as an endless resource to be mined, it discourages you from setting boundaries and advocating for yourself. Sacrificing your own goals and dreams to fulfill your partner's never-ending demands leads to frustration and stagnation in your own life. The erosion of autonomy is perhaps the most concerning aspect of exploitation. A partner who consistently takes advantage of your good nature sends a clear message. Your needs and desires are inconsequential. This constant disregard for your boundaries leaves you feeling powerless and trapped, questioning the very foundation of the relationship. A healthy partnership thrives on reciprocity and mutual respect. Exploitation destroys this balance, leaving you in a constant tug-of-war where your well-being is consistently put on hold. If you find yourself in a relationship where you're being exploited, remember, prioritizing your own well-being isn't selfish. It's essential. Open communication with your partner about your concerns is crucial. Set clear boundaries and don't hesitate to seek support from loved ones or a therapist. You deserve to be in a relationship where your kindness is valued and reciprocated, not exploited. A healthy relationship should feel like a graceful dance, where both partners move in harmony, not a one-sided struggle where you're left constantly reaching for a hand that never reaches back. Our society places a high value on honesty and transparency. From fair business dealings to genuine friendships, truth is considered the cornerstone of healthy interactions. This principle holds even more weight when it comes to romantic relationships. However, the reality of love sometimes takes a detour down a darker path: deception. When a partner resorts to lying or manipulating the truth to further their own agenda, it sends shockwaves through the very foundation of the relationship. Deception acts as a potent barrier to genuine care and connection. Imagine a relationship where open communication is a battlefield, where every conversation feels laced with hidden meanings and veiled truths. Sharing your hopes, dreams, and vulnerabilities with your partner should be a safe space, a place where you can be truly understood. But deception turns this sanctuary into a minefield. You never know if the responses you receive are genuine or simply another carefully crafted lie. This constant questioning erodes trust at its core, leaving you feeling isolated and emotionally distant from the person you love. People who engage in deception often prioritize short-term gains over the long-term health of the relationship. They might be skilled at weaving elaborate narratives or manipulating situations to suit their agenda, but beneath the surface lies a fundamental disregard for your well-being and your right to know the truth. This lack of respect can be incredibly damaging, leaving you feeling like a pawn in their game rather than a valued partner in a shared journey. The consequences of deception extend far beyond the initial betrayal. Trust, once broken, is incredibly difficult to mend. When your partner repeatedly lies or withholds the truth, it creates a toxic environment filled with suspicion and insecurity. You find yourself constantly on guard, questioning everything they say and do. This emotional strain can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and a constant state of unease. Ultimately, a partner who consistently deceives you is a partner who may be more interested in using you for their own gain than in building a genuine connection. Deception is a glaring red flag that shouldn't be ignored. Open and honest communication is crucial. Talk to your partner, express your concerns, and see if there's a path forward built on trust and respect. If not, it might be time to consider whether this relationship is truly fulfilling for you. In our world, honesty is the currency of trust. From the intricate contracts that underpin businesses to the casual conversations that bind friendships, truth is the glue that holds us together. And when it comes to matters of the heart, honesty is equally paramount. A healthy relationship thrives on a foundation of trust, transparency, and open communication. But what happens when that foundation crumbles under the weight of deception? When a partner resorts to lies or manipulation to further their own agenda, it sends shockwaves through the relationship, leaving behind a wake of emotional turmoil and confusion. Deception acts as a slow poison in the veins of a relationship. Sharing your deepest thoughts, dreams, and vulnerabilities with your partner should feel like a safe haven, a space where you can be completely understood and accepted. However, when deception enters the picture, that sanctuary transforms into a minefield. Every conversation becomes fraught with hidden meanings and veiled truths. You find yourself questioning the authenticity of every word. Were their expressions of love genuine or carefully crafted lies? This constant state of suspicion eats away at the core of trust, leaving you feeling emotionally isolated from the person you thought you knew. Individuals who engage in deception often prioritize short-term gains over the long-term health of the relationship. They may excel at weaving intricate stories or manipulating situations to suit their agenda. But beneath the surface lies a fundamental disregard for your well-being and your right to know the truth. This lack of respect diminishes you from a cherished partner to a mere pawn in their game, leaving you feeling unheard, unseen, and ultimately unimportant. The ramifications of deception extend far beyond the initial betrayal. Trust, once shattered, is incredibly challenging to rebuild. When your partner repeatedly lies or withholds the truth, it breeds a toxic environment filled with suspicion and insecurity. You find yourself constantly on edge, questioning the authenticity of every word and action. This emotional strain can manifest in feelings of anxiety, depression, and an enduring sense of unease, a persistent feeling that something isn't quite right, draining your energy and robbing you of joy. For real, A partner who consistently deceives you is someone who may be more interested in exploiting you for their own gain than nurturing a genuine connection. Deception serves as a glaring red flag that demands attention. Open and honest communication is the antidote. Engage your partner in dialogue, express your concerns, and explore whether there's a path forward rooted in trust and mutual respect. A Roman Stoic proverb warns, "No man is the same all the time." While change and growth are natural parts of life, in a relationship, dramatic shifts in personality can be a glaring red flag. Imagine a relationship that feels like a scenic coastal highway one minute, with breathtaking views and a gentle breeze, and a treacherous, fog-shrouded mountain past the next. This unpredictable behavior, like navigating a labyrinth blindfolded, can leave you bewildered and unsure of what lies ahead. Spotting someone who possesses multiple personas can be like trying to identify a bird by its song. Only the song keeps changing. They're chameleons, adapting their behavior to fit the situation with an almost uncanny ability. Initially, they might be the picture of charm, showering you with attention and radiating kindness that draws you in like a moth to a flame. They might be the life of the party, the shoulder to cry on, or the epitome of attentiveness, whatever seems to best suit the moment. But as time unfolds, their true colors, or lack thereof, begin to emerge. Here's the key. Watch for the gaps between their words and actions. Inconsistency often reveals itself through patterns. Do their promises of commitment turn into empty gestures? Does their affection waver inexplicably, leaving you feeling emotionally whiplashed? Notice these discrepancies, because they can be early warning signs of a deeper issue. Look beyond the confines of your immediate relationship. How do they interact with others? Do they maintain a consistent demeanor across various social circles? Or do they exhibit similar shifts in behavior with friends, family, or even waitstaff at a restaurant? This broader perspective offers valuable insight into their character. Is their erratic behavior a pervasive trait, or is it specific to your dynamic? Perhaps they're simply uncomfortable with intimacy, or maybe they struggle with emotional regulation. Whatever the reason, their inconsistency creates an environment of uncertainty and distrust. Shielding yourself from this emotional roller coaster requires setting firm boundaries from the beginning. Don't be afraid to express your need for consistency and emotional stability. Prioritize transparent communication. Open and honest conversations are crucial for navigating any relationship challenge. Trust your gut. That feeling of unease when things don't quite add up is often your intuition trying to warn you. A healthy relationship thrives on consistency, not a constant state of guessing games. Don't settle for a partner who can't offer you emotional stability and genuine connection. Remember, you deserve a partner who is who they say they are, not a mystery waiting to be unraveled. A relationship should be a safe haven, a place where you can be your authentic self and feel loved and accepted for who you are. Don't be afraid to walk away from a situation that leaves you feeling confused and emotionally drained. There is someone out there who can offer you the consistency and emotional security you deserve. In reflecting on this situation, a timeless Stoic proverb emerges: the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This ancient wisdom underscores the profound importance of fostering a clear and grounded mind, particularly when confronted with the manipulative tactics of others. Gaslighting, a form of emotional abuse, thrives on creating doubt and confusion within its target. It is a sinister strategy often wielded by toxic individuals who seek to obscure reality, prompting you to question your own thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. Consider the unsettling scenario of being told you uttered words you never spoke, or having cherished memories dismissed as mere figments of imagination. Picture the constant unease of walking on eggshells, uncertain of how your partner will react to your every word and action. This is the heart of gaslighting, a relentless assault on your reality. The gaslighter may deny promises made, or distort your words to fit a narrative that serves their interests. Over time, this insidious manipulation can corrode your self-confidence and leave you second-guessing your sanity. Why do individuals resort to gaslighting? The motivations are multifaceted, but often stem from a desire to maintain control within a relationship. By instilling doubt in your perceptions, gaslighters render you more susceptible to manipulation and less inclined to challenge their behavior. They may seek personal gain, evade accountability, or derive satisfaction from exerting power over your emotional state. How can you shield yourself from such psychological warfare? Recognition of the signs is the initial step. Do you find your partner frequently denying their words or actions? Do they dismiss your emotions or experiences as trivial or exaggerated? Are you plagued by constant self-doubt regarding your memory or judgment? If so, it is imperative to trust your instincts. Healthy relationships are predicated on trust and open dialogue. Do not hesitate to confront gaslighting behavior directly. Articulate your concerns and seek support from trusted confidants or a mental health professional. Remember, you deserve a relationship wherein your thoughts, feelings, and perceptions are honored and valued. You are not losing your grip on reality. Gaslighters rely on your uncertainty to maintain control. Let's delve into this with a perspective from the Stoics. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. This ancient wisdom highlights the inherent challenges and struggles we face in life, including navigating relationships with individuals who exhibit dependency without reciprocity. Indeed, there are those who, consciously or unconsciously, rely on you for support or assistance while offering little or nothing in return. Dependency, when unbalanced and one-sided, can strain the fabric of any relationship. Picture the weight of responsibility resting solely on your shoulders, with little acknowledgement or appreciation from the other party. It's akin to carrying a burden that grows heavier with each passing day, leaving you emotionally and mentally exhausted. Identifying someone who exhibits dependency without reciprocity can be subtle yet significant. They may lean on you excessively for emotional support, financial assistance, or even decision-making, while contributing little in return. Their reliance on you becomes a crutch, stifling their growth and perpetuating a cycle of dependence that erodes the foundation of equality within the relationship. Moreover, dependency without reciprocity can foster feelings of resentment and imbalance. You may find yourself sacrificing your own needs and aspirations to cater to the demands of the other, with little regard for your well-being. Over time, this lopsided dynamic can breed feelings of frustration and disillusionment, undermining the harmony and mutual respect essential for a healthy relationship. Let's begin with setting clear boundaries and fostering open communication. Articulate your needs and expectations, and encourage the other party to do the same. Seek opportunities for mutual support and collaboration, rather than shouldering the burden alone. Encourage them to take ownership of their responsibilities and contribute actively to the relationship. However, if attempts to address the imbalance prove futile and the relationship becomes increasingly one-sided, it may be necessary to reassess its viability. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where both parties contribute equally and support each other's growth and well-being. Don't hesitate to prioritize your own needs and seek relationships that uplift and empower you, rather than drain and diminish you. Consider love as a flourishing garden, abundant with the vibrant hues and enchanting fragrances of genuine affection. Now, picture this garden receiving care and attention only when it serves a specific purpose, thriving when you fulfill desires, and wilting when your own needs come to the forefront. Sadly, this portrayal encapsulates the essence of conditional affection, leaving you bewildered and questioning the very essence of love itself. The roots of conditional affection delve deep into a myriad of motivations, unique to each individual who exhibits it. Yet, at its core, it often originates from a self-serving perspective. These individuals view affection as a tool for manipulation, a means to assert control or exploit others for their personal gain. They dispense love strategically, akin to a reward for compliant behavior, leaving you feeling akin to a performing circus animal, jumping through hoops for a momentary acknowledgement. The consequences permeate deeper than the surface. It brews a potent elixir of insecurity and distrust. Constantly doubting yourself, you ponder whether their affection is genuine or merely a calculated maneuver. This perpetual state of uncertainty undermines the very foundation of trust, leaving you adrift and undervalued. A relationship should be a sanctuary, a space where you can authentically express yourself and bask in unwavering love. However, conditional affection transforms this refuge into a treacherous landscape, each step fraught with uncertainty and apprehension. Please begin by nurturing a steadfast sense of self-worth to resolve this problem. Recognize your inherent value and demand love that flows freely and unconditionally, not contingent upon fulfilling expectations. Learn to discern the signs. Does their affection wax and wane with your accomplishments or mood swings? Do you feel compelled to constantly appease them to retain their fleeting affection? Moreover, effective communication is paramount. Articulate your needs and aspirations within the relationship openly. If attempts to rectify the imbalance prove futile, it may necessitate a reevaluation of the relationship's viability. Refuse to settle for a love akin to a conditional transaction with fluctuating terms and conditions. Seek connections that nourish your soul, fostering a garden of love that flourishes abundantly, irrespective of external circumstances. It's hard to navigate through life's ups and downs when someone close to you consistently undermines your achievements and opinions. Picture this: you're striving to accomplish your goals, overcome obstacles, and assert your thoughts and beliefs, only to have them consistently belittled or dismissed by someone you care about. This behavior, known as undermining, is more than just a minor annoyance. It's a subtle form of emotional manipulation aimed at eroding your self-esteem and maintaining control over you. Understanding why someone engages in undermining behavior can be complex. It often stems from deep-seated insecurities or a desire for power and dominance in the relationship. By diminishing your accomplishments or opinions, they seek to assert their superiority and maintain control over your actions and decisions. It's a strategy employed to keep you in a position of subservience, where your worth is constantly questioned and your confidence is undermined. The effects of undermining can be profound and pervasive. Constant exposure to belittling behavior chips away at your self-esteem and confidence, leaving you feeling inadequate and unworthy. It creates a toxic environment where you second-guess yourself and hesitate to assert your opinions or pursue your goals. Over time, this can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and even depression as you struggle to maintain your sense of self-worth in the face of relentless criticism. Moreover, undermining behavior perpetuates an imbalance of power and control in the relationship. It creates a dynamic where one person's needs and desires consistently take precedence over the others. Your achievements are downplayed, your opinions dismissed, and your value diminished, all in service of the other person's need for dominance. In essence, you become a pawn in their game of manipulation, used to bolster their own sense of superiority. To protect yourself from the damaging effects of undermining behavior, it's crucial to recognize the signs and establish firm boundaries. Trust your instincts and assert your worth in the relationship. Refuse to tolerate belittling remarks or criticism that undermines your self-esteem. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who uplift and empower you, rather than seeking to diminish your achievements or control your actions. Feeling like you're constantly walking on eggshells around someone? Imagine every interaction laced with a subtle undercurrent of resentment, leaving you perpetually on edge, unsure of what their next veiled jab might be. This is the frustrating reality of dealing with someone who defaults to passive-aggressive tactics. Forget shouting matches or slam doors. These individuals cloak their hostility in a layer of sarcasm, vanish into the silent treatment when things get tense, or mask their disapproval with a studied indifference. The problem? This indirect approach throws a thick fog over the real issue, making it nearly impossible to have a productive conversation and actually resolve the conflict. Deciphering the motivations behind passive-aggressive behavior is like trying to untangle a knotted ball of yarn. Often, it stems from a deep-seated fear of confrontation, a desire to avoid conflict at all costs. Instead of facing problems head-on, these individuals resort to covert tactics as a way to exert control or manipulate the situation in their favor. Think of it as a game where they get to vent their frustrations without ever actually admitting they're upset, leaving you scrambling to decipher their hidden meanings. Unfortunately, this strategy only backfires, widening the chasm between you and deepening the well of mistrust. The consequences of passive-aggressive behavior are like a slow poison, seeping into every aspect of the relationship. Genuine communication gets choked off, replaced by a constant undercurrent of tension and unresolved issues simmering just beneath the surface. Over time, this can leave you feeling frustrated, resentful, and isolated as you grapple to decipher the hidden messages behind their words and actions. The very foundation of trust and intimacy crumbles, hindering the possibility of true connection and mutual understanding. One of the best solutions to this situation is confronting the issue head-on. Encourage open and honest communication, expressing your concerns in a calm and assertive manner. Set clear boundaries and make it known that you need transparency and directness when it comes to resolving conflicts. By addressing the underlying issues and fostering a culture of open communication, you can begin to chip away at the negative effects of passive aggressiveness and build a relationship built on trust, respect, and a willingness to face problems together, not hide from them in a fog of veiled hostility. The world isn't always sunshine and rainbows, and sometimes you bump into people who leave you feeling like a doormat. These individuals, fueled by an inflated sense of entitlement, see you as a resource to be exploited, a magical wellspring that dispenses favors at their every beck and call. They operate on a different plane of reality, one where their needs reign supreme and your well-being is a minor inconvenience. Dealing with them can be like trying to reason with a particularly stubborn pigeon, frustrating, messy, and ultimately a waste of perfectly good birdseed, or in this case, emotional energy. The tactics they employ are as varied as a discount bin of self-help books. They might unleash guilt trips that would make a professional manipulator blush, deploy emotional landmines disguised as compliments, or even resort to passive-aggressive jabs that leave you questioning your sanity. At the heart of it all lies a fundamental misunderstanding of reciprocity. They believe the universe owes them something, and that something often comes at your expense. The wisdom of the Stoics offers a guiding light. Remember that movie scene where the wise old sensei tells the hot-headed student, "Control what you can control, grasshopper." That's the core principle here. We can't change the entitled person's perspective, but we can choose how we respond. Setting boundaries is your emotional armor. Be clear and upfront about your limits, and don't be afraid to utter that beautiful two-letter word, no. Remember, prioritizing your mental and emotional well-being isn't selfish, it's self-care and essential for your long-term happiness. By holding firm to your boundaries, you chip away at the power entitled individuals hold over you. The key lies in your response. Reacting with anger or frustration only fuels their fire. Instead, cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. The Stoics remind us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Don't stoop to their level. Respond with calm assertiveness, prioritizing your well-being and refusing to be manipulated. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect, And by holding your ground, you can navigate these situations with greater clarity, inner strength, and the knowledge that you, unlike them, haven't lost sight of what truly matters: your own self-worth and emotional well-being. Life throws all sorts of curveballs our way, and sometimes those curveballs come wrapped in human form. People who seem allergic to taking responsibility and view others as personal stepping stones. These individuals operate on a different moral compass, one where their needs reign supreme and everyone else exists to serve them. It can be incredibly frustrating to deal with them, like trying to herd cats. Independent, unpredictable, and ultimately leaving you feeling like you've accomplished nothing but raising your blood pressure. Often, this behavior stems from a deep-seated lack of empathy. They struggle to see things from anyone else's perspective, let alone consider the consequences of their actions on those around them. In their minds, others are simply pawns in their personal game of getting ahead, and responsibility is a four-letter word best left unspoken. You may know how to navigate this emotional obstacle course without getting trampled. The first step is recognizing the red flags. Are you constantly cleaning up their messes, metaphorically or literally? Do they conveniently forget their share of the responsibility, leaving you holding the bag, or the project, or the emotional fallout? If so, it's time to establish some clear boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's about protecting your emotional well-being. Learn to say no with confidence, and don't be afraid to walk away from situations that drain your energy. Remember, prioritizing your own needs isn't selfish, it's essential for your long-term happiness. While it might be tempting to try and fix these individuals, it's important to remember we can't control their behavior. We can, however, control our own responses. Instead of wasting your energy trying to change them, focus on cultivating your own resilience. Surround yourself with supportive people who value responsibility and treat you with respect. Invest your time and energy in relationships that are mutually beneficial and leave you feeling empowered, not depleted. Don't stay in this relationship if you constantly find yourself walking on eggshells, delicately maneuvering around their ever-shifting moods and anxieties. Once, you were a vibrant, unapologetic version of yourself, but now, you catch yourself censoring your opinions and dimming your light, all to avoid setting off their emotional fireworks. They excel at the dramatic guilt trip, conjuring past favors and sacrifices, like magicians pulling rabbits from a hat, leaving you perpetually feeling indebted and exhausted by the relentless cycle of emotional manipulation. Consider this scenario through the lens of history documentaries showcasing ancient Stoic philosophers. Those narratives centered on fortifying inner strength, akin to a majestic redwood weathering the fiercest storms. In contrast, emotional manipulators resemble the kudzu vines of the relationship realm, stealthily creeping and suffocating your sense of self. They exploit your innate kindness and empathy, warping these virtues into tools for their control. Yet, detecting emotional ninjas isn't as straightforward as identifying warning signs. They blend seamlessly into the background until they strike. To navigate their labyrinth of manipulation, you must become a sleuth of your own emotions, sharpening your intuition to recognize the telltale red flags. Beware of the perpetual blame gamer, adept at deflecting responsibility with the agility of a champion dodgeball player. They may also excel at gaslighting, distorting reality until you question your own sanity. Confusion is their playground, a weapon wielded to keep you perpetually off balance. Channel your inner stoic warrior. Stand firm in your truth, fostering honesty with yourself and with them, even when fear threatens to paralyze you. Above all, fiercely respect yourself. Learn to wield no with the unyielding strength of an oak tree, regardless of the tempest of emotional tantrums it may incite. Your well-being reigns supreme. Refuse to let someone whittle away at your inner strength like a relentless sculptor. Walk away with your head held high, recognizing your inherent worth and poised to pursue relationships founded on respect, empathy, and genuine connection. You deserve a love that uplifts and empowers, not one that diminishes you into a mere shadow of your former self. As we close the curtain on this exploration of the emotional users in our lives, let this resonate. You deserve connections that celebrate your worth and leave you feeling genuinely seen and valued. By equipping yourself to recognize and navigate manipulative relationships, you've taken a giant leap towards reclaiming your power and cultivating a life vibrant with authenticity and empathy. It's time to ditch the doormat mentality and step into the role of the master builder of your own emotional world. Draw firm boundaries, surround yourself with those who cherish you for who you are, and don't be afraid to let go of connections that drain your energy instead of uplifting you. Remember, on this path of self-discovery and empowerment, you're not alone. We're all in this together, working towards a world where genuine connections thrive, and where every person is valued for the unique tapestry they weave into the fabric of our lives. So, go forth with your head held high, knowing you deserve nothing less than relationships that enrich your spirit and nourish your soul. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. May your path be paved with love, understanding, and the warmth of true friendship. Until next time, take care and stay empowered.